Yo, 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 what's going on, guys? Joey Schirkenbach is back here with another video for you guys. Guys, it is Saturday night, and I'm going to be giving you my game picks for Week 13 of the 2020 NFL season. So, first game, we have the 2-8-1 Bengals at the 7-4 Dolphins. Dolphins, playoff hope is alive for them. It's rather unexpected, but they have the chance. Bengals, of course, big loss to Joe Burrow. Big loss of Joe Burrow. They really don't have much right now. I think that they have potential to be a really good team. This year is simply not their year. That's continuing. It's in Miami. Dolphins know that the Patriots are starting to get hot, so they need to maintain second place in that division. So they're motivated. Dolphins should absolutely take this game. It's also in Miami. I'm gonna go with the Dolphins here, guys. 27-17. Next game, guys, perhaps the game of the week. We have the 8-3 Browns at the 8-3 Titans. So, in case for any Ravens fans who are debating, for this game, believe it or not, actually not necessarily. For this game, we are cheering for the Titans all the way. I know we don't want to cheer for the Titans. They're enemies of us. We don't like them. But we actually do want to cheer for them because we do not have the tiebreaker over the Titans. But since they're in the same division as the Colts, if they win and maintain first place in that division, we have the tiebreaker over the Colts. So we want the Colts to do poorly, so therefore or at least do worse. So therefore we can make the playoffs and perhaps instead of the Colts. Plus, especially in this game, if the Titans win, the Browns lose a game in that division, so the Ravens can fight back for second place. Anyways, this should be a really good game. I think both teams are overrated to some extent. I think the Browns are too inconsistent, and the Titans, they have too many weaknesses. Their defense just isn't good at all. It's their defense that's really holding them back. And I mean, their defense has regressed from last year. I think the biggest loss is Jurrell Casey. Jeffrey Simmons, defensive tackle, is actually really good, but he's inexperienced, he's young, and he has potential, but they really, really miss Jurrell Casey, man. He was such a big weapon, I guess, on defense for them. Yes, he was aging, but he was still very, very good. I still don't understand why they let him walk, and it's really costing them. Their defense just has not been the same this year. And again, it should be interesting. Both teams on paper, you think, oh, okay, it's going to be a shootout, especially for the Browns. But for whatever reason, for early in the season, it was all about their offense carrying. For the past several games, it's been about their defense winning them games. That's how they beat the Texans, is how they beat the Eagles. The Browns are weird this year in terms of how well their offense and defense plays. In Tennessee, guys, I think overall the Titans are the better team. I still think the Titans are pretty overrated, but so are the Browns. Too inconsistent in my opinion. I'm going to go with the Titans here, edging them out. And again, go Tennessee. I'm going to go with the Titans here, guys. 27-21. Again, it should be a great game. Next game, guys, we have the 7-4 Colts at the 4-7 Texans. Again, guys, as I was just talking about, cheer for the Texans all the way here. Colts coming off a loss to the Titans last weekend, so they split. Texans, what are you up to? They're just not good this year. I mean, 4-7. That actually, I think they were 2-7 at one point. So the Texans are getting a bit better, but they're not making the playoffs this year. Their division is too good, and also their schedule is just so tough, man. They have like one of the toughest schedules in the league. I'm pretty sure. It's in Houston, but I don't think it's going to make much of a difference. The Colts are also getting DeForest Buckner back. Huge weapon on that D-line. And that should make a huge difference, especially in their defense. Phillip Rivers has some consistency issues, but when he's on, he's on. The Texans' defense is a pile of crap. I'm going to go with the Colts here. And again, the Colts know they need to stay in second place in that division to secure a playoff spot. They're fighting for their lives. I'm going to go with the Colts here, guys. 30-20, but again, go Houston. Next game, guys, we have the 1-10 Jaguars at the 5-6 Vikings. The Jaguars 1-10, man, won their first game in Week 1 against the Colts. Ever since then, they have lost 10 straight. The Vikings, hey, they have a shot. They're fighting for their lives right now. But believe it or not, they do have a chance because the Bears are falling off the rails. They're 5-6 after they've lost 5 in a row. And of course the Packers are going to take the division, but if the Vikings come in second, they could sneak in the wild card. Jaguars, of course, 1-10. They're not doing anything. This is AFC versus NFC, so conferences don't really matter. But anyways, again, in Minnesota, the Vikings, again, fighting for their lives. I see no reason to think differently here, guys. I'm going to go with the Vikings here. Let's go Minnesota 31-17. I think they'll pretty much dominate. Next game, guys, we have the 4-7 Lions at the 5-6 Bears. Lions losing to the Texans on Thanksgiving last Thursday. Bears, man, they are just in a huge kid. Got absolutely walloped by Green Bay last week. Coming off the bye, it didn't seem to help. At the same time, they were without Akeem Hicks, who's probably their best defensive player if it's not Khalil Mack. Akeem Hicks is a monster. I do not know if he's back this week. I haven't checked the Bears injury report. If he's back, great. If he's not, they're in trouble. They really miss Akeem Hicks. That guy is so good. It's in Chicago. The Bears know they need to get their act together or else they're not going into the playoffs. Lions, this is a division game. Lions are not that good at all. On pay, 4-7, the record's not good. It's not absolutely atrocious, but the team itself is not good at all. Offense has pieces, defense is terrible. And again, in Chicago, Bears know that they need to fight. They cannot lose any more games. They need to win out. I'm going to go with the Bears here, guys. Let's go Chicago 24-17. Next game, guys, we have the 6-5 Raiders at the 0-11 Jets. Raiders in a bit of a skid right now. Have lost back-to-back games, lost to the Raiders, and got absolutely walloped by the Falcons. That was weird last week, man. The Falcons rolled them, which is great for the Ravens. Anyways, the Jets, 0-11. Poor Jets, man. They just can't get anything together. Yeah, they need to go in full rebuild, though, because they just have nothing right now. Again, Raiders, another team fighting for their lives. They know they need to get a playoff spot. They're close. They're starting to fall off. I mean, it's only 2 games, but I don't know. Last week they looked pretty pitiful. Carr had a really rough game. The offense, what was it, 43-6? They got absolutely manhandled. It was not remotely close. So that's a little bit interesting because I thought the Raiders were good and they were going to win, but hey, Falcons coming out strong. It's in New York. Shouldn't make a difference. The Raiders need a win here. I can easily see them getting a bounce back win. I'm going to go with the Raiders here, guys. Let's go Las Vegas, 34-20. Next game, guys, we have the 9-2 Saints at the 4-7 Falcons. Again, Falcons coming off a nice walloping win over the Raiders last weekend. Saints 9-2, continuing to play at a very high level even without Drew Brees. Taysom Hill, I don't know how well he's been doing, but I guess he's getting the job done, and that's all that matters. Let's see. Other than that, there are no big injuries or anything like that to my knowledge besides Drew Brees. Thomas, of course, is back. Jones has always been battling injuries, but he should be fine. I think I saw he had a hamstring injury. He should be good to go, though. And again, the Falcons' offense is good, actually, when it's on. Their defense just could not be worse. It's in Atlanta, and I know the Falcons are really weird. They've always been a weird team. I'm going to still go with the Saints here, though. They just seem to be pretty much untouchable right now. I love the way they're playing. I'm going to go with New Orleans here, guys. 30-23. Next game, guys, we have the 4-7 Giants at the 8-3 Seahawks. So believe it or not, guys, I am pretty sure the Giants are first place in the division. It's crazy, man. It's absolutely crazy. Giants 4-7, they have a solid chance of making the playoffs. 50-50 in my opinion. Just absolutely. It's the theme of 2020, man. Seattle 8-3. So let's see. They were in a bit of a skid, and then I think they won last week. Yeah, they did win last week. Oh, to the Eagles, right. So they beat Philadelphia. They didn't play great, but again, they got the job done. Offense looks a bit iffy. Defense actually seems to have been playing a bit better as of late. Of course, Carlos Dunlap, big help, I should say. Great pass rusher. Issue is health, and he's not great against the run, but pass rush always helps because their pass rush was garbage this year. Has been garbage this year, but Dunlap, of course, is helping that out. So, Seattle, not as dominant as they were early season. I think that's pretty evident, but they are clearly the better team. The Giants are absolutely atrocious. They just are in the worst division of all time. It's in Seattle. I don't see any reason why the Seahawks won't blow them out of the water. I'm going to go with Seattle here, guys. Let's go Seattle 35-10. It should not be remotely close. But hey, even if the Giants get manhandled, which I think they will be, they still have a solid chance of making the playoffs. Next game, guys. Ooh, big game here. This is a division game. Yep. 7-4 Rams at the 6-5 Cardinals. So the Cardinals coming off a heartbreaking loss to the Patriots last weekend, and I'm kind of conflicted with that because I think the Cardinals are overrated, and I really want my point to be proven, especially Kyler Murray. But at the same time, I don't want the Patriots catching up to get into the playoffs either. And I kind of feel like if the Patriots lost that game, their playoff hopes were essentially eradicated. They're still hanging on by a thread. Anyways, Rams, great team. They did lose last weekend, though, to the Niners. Niners aren't good, but at the same time, they're getting a lot of guys back. LA, though, again, they're having a big year. The offense is a bit inconsistent, but when it's on, it's on. Their play-action offense looks better this year. Goff, when on, is great. I know he does have some turnover issues, but I have really liked Jared Goff. I think he's a great quarterback. Rams defense is not great. I expect this to kind of be a shootout. Cardinals defense sucks. Of course, Chandler Jones out for the year. Offense is excellent. Hopkins should pop off. It's in Arizona, man. This is going to be a great game. I can't really decide who to go with here. I'm going to have to take the Cardinals, though. While I think the Rams are the better team, I think the Cardinals are going to be really motivated after losing to New England last weekend. I'm going to go with the Cardinals here, guys. 34-31. Could be on a game-winning field goal, but it's going to be a very, very good game. Shootout, I'm going all the way. Next game, guys, we have the 3-7-1 Eagles at the 8-3 Packers. Packers, again, manhandling the Bears last weekend. Eagles, I don't know, man. For a while, they were front runners to win the division. Right now, I think they're in third place. I think because, let's see. The football team and New York, the Giants, are ahead of them. So the Eagles need to get their act together, and it's not going to come off easy here. They have to go to Green Bay, who is playing very, very well right now. Defense still needs some work, but their offense looks pretty untouchable right now. The only team that's really shut down their offense is the Bucs. Other than that, the Packers' offense has played very, very well. Aaron Rodgers, man, I've called it from the beginning. MVP here for him. So far, that's panning out very, 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 very well. He's having a great year. Definitely top 3 in the MVP race. And I don't see that changing. The Eagles, their defensive line's excellent. Secondary is not great besides Darius Slay. And I actually think their defense has pieces. It just doesn't seem to execute very well. Again, though, D-line's very, very good. Fletcher Cox, Brandon Graham, Javon Hargrave, if he's healthy. Offense, though, has spiraled out of control. Wentz has been terrible this year. Offensive line can't stay healthy. Receivers aren't very good either. I mean, Jalen Reagor. Who else, to be honest? I know no more Nelson Aguilar. Not that that's a big loss, because he had a lot of hands issues, but receivers are not good in the least. Ertz, I don't even know what happened to Ertz, man. I think he might be having some injury issues, but he also just was not himself this year. So their offense is very, very iffy. It's been pretty garbage this year. Defense isn't great. It's in Green Bay. Guys, this game should not be remotely close. I mean, at the same time, the Packers do have a habit of struggling against bad teams. For whatever reason, they don't do well against bad teams. I do still think they'll win this game. I'm going to go with the Packers here, 23-16. I think it'll be surprisingly low scoring, and Green Bay, once again, will struggle against the good teams. However, I think that they will win this game. And I'm going 23-16. I think Aaron Rodgers will play well again. It's just that it'll be low scoring because sometimes that's the way it is. Next game, guys, we have the 5-6 Patriots at the 3-8 Chargers. So again, as I mentioned earlier, Patriots, they're still hanging on by a thread. Really, really don't want that because playoff Patriots are never fun. Chargers, not any good this year. They're a choke artist. So let's see. The Patriots, I know they have some injuries, I think. Some injury issues this week. Cam Newton's questionable, and Cam Newton will play, obviously. But they're not overly healthy right now. I don't know when Edelman's coming back. I think he was on IR for a few weeks. Will he be back yet? I don't know. But the Patriots, again, hanging on by, as they say, a thin thread. They still have a shot. When it comes down to who's going to take this, it should be the Patriots. I mean, again, they know that they have a slim chance to make the playoffs. They got to catch up to Miami. Chargers are not any good. I don't even know. I think Herbert's still playing Q, but he's just not that good. I'm kind of guilty of this one. I kind of overhyped him. You know, he almost beat Kansas City. Other than that, he's been kind of garbage. It's in LA. Not going to make a difference, guys. I'm going to go with the Patriots here. Patriots-Chargers. I feel like I haven't seen that in a while. Actually, that's not true. The Chargers went to New England in the playoffs 2 years ago, but none of that really matters. It's in LA. Not going to make a difference, guys. Patriots might be getting hot at the right time. I'm going to go with New England here. 30, no. Let's go New England, 31-20. Next game, guys, this is our Sunday night football game. We have the 4-7 Broncos at the 10-1 Chiefs. Not really any need to discuss this one. Chiefs, just the best, probably the best team in football, if it's not the Steelers. They're very, very close. Broncos, not any good. I mean, they sometimes beat good teams every now and then, but overall they are not a good team. They had no quarterback last week. I'm pretty sure they do have a quarterback this week. I think Locke is back. That was so weird, man. It was Kendall Hinton, and Philip Lindsay playing quarterback. It was hilarious. They're back now. The quarterbacks, Drew Lock, Blake Bortles, whatever you want, whoever it is. Defense banged up. Of course, Von Miller was out for the year. I think Bradley Chubb is still healthy. They still have Jarrell Casey, but they're just simply not that good. I'm pretty sure Justin Simmons is kind of having a down year. In Kansas City, I know the Broncos can sometimes give the Chiefs a hard time, but this game should not be remotely close. It's in KC. The Chiefs are exploding, and they are battling with the Steelers for that overall number 1 seed. I'm going to go with the Chiefs here, guys. Let's go Kansas City 41-17. It should not be remotely close. Chiefs should explode on offense. Broncos should get a touchdown or so in garbage time. But 41-17, the Chiefs should absolutely roll them. Okay, guys, now we are entering our doubleheader on Monday night, and then we have a Tuesday night game, which is our Ravens. So, our early game on Monday night. 4-7 football team at the 11-0 Steelers. So Steelers, man, if I'm a Steelers fan, I am a little bit uneasy. That game against the Ravens last weekend, that was a little too close. I thought it was a good game, and I actually did expect it to be close. Not in the Steelers' favor, but I know the biggest issue with the Steelers is they need to buy. They're a very, very good team, but they're starting to get banged up. They did just lose Bud Dupree for the year with a torn ACL. Sucks for the Steelers. That guy has really come on strong, so all prayers wish to him. But also, the Steelers, they're just tired. As much as I hate giving them sympathy, they have kind of been screwed. And it's not even necessarily the NFL's fault. It's just the nature of COVID. But their bye weeks have been moved a couple times. They will get a bye week. I don't know when it is, but it's coming up soon. They need to just finish strong and then have a bye week. Of course, if they get the number 1 seed, they will have a first round bye as well. Anyways, football team. Let's see here. So they have a shot to make it to the playoffs because that's how it is. I'm pretty sure they're second place in the division behind the Giants. If they win, they're in first. Actually, no, that's not true. If they win and the Giants lose, they're in first place. And I'm pretty sure the Giants have the tiebreaker over the football team. Yeah, obviously they do because they're both 4-7, but the Giants are in first place. I think the Giants swept Washington. It's in Pittsburgh. I think this actually could be a close game because the football team is fighting for their lives. And again, the Steelers are tired. Injuries are starting to become a bit of an issue. I'm going to go with the Steelers, though, guys. They're at home. They're 11-0. I can't see the football team winning this game. I'm going to go with the Steelers here, guys. 24-13. Next game, guys. This is our regular Monday Night Football game. We have the 8-3 Bills at the 5-6 Niners. So this is going to be an interesting game, guys, actually. Because the Niners, they're 5-6, and they're very likely to miss the playoffs because their division is very good this year. But they're getting a lot of guys back. Richard Sherman is back, and Raheem Mostert's back. I'm pretty sure Garoppolo's still hurt, but they're getting some guys back. Let's see. They still have, of course, Boza. Season-ending injury sucks there. But the Niners, they did just beat the Rams last weekend, so that's a big plus for them. I'm pretty sure they beat them in LA as well. So the Niners have a shot. I mean, the Niners and Rams games are always close, just like the Ravens Steelers. No matter how good the teams are, they seem to always be close games. But anyways, Bills continue to play well. They were in a bit of a skid, but they are back on track now. Allen looks very, very good. Defense isn't great, but they can kind of get away with it to an extent, and they really should be 9-2. It's just DeAndre Hopkins is a beast. In San Francisco, though, the Niners know they can play for pride, and they still technically have a slim chance to win. I guess now that I think about it, they have the tiebreaker over the Rams because they swept them this year. They beat them in San Francisco earlier, and they did just go into LA and win. So the Niners actually have a slim chance. If the Rams fall off the rails and then the Niners go on a tear, they could make it. I don't see it happening, but there's always a chance. I still think the Bills are going to win this game. I think they're the better team. I know the Niners are getting some guys back, but they're just they don't have all the talent this year. Actually, they do have talent, but they're not going to be able to get it done this year with the injuries and everything. I'm going to go with the Bills here. Let's go Buffalo 24-20. It should be a pretty good game, though. And last game, guys, here we go. We have the 3-8 Cowboys at the 6-5 Ravens. Ravens in a mega slump right now. And again, guys, I'm not going to even blame them for that loss on Wednesday. It was our practice squad. I'm proud of us. We hung with them. Our defense played very, very well. I was expecting it to be a massacre, if or close, depending on how it goes. But I thought it was a good game. Anyways, Ravens, of course, it was their practice squad. COVID was spiking like crazy. The spike, dare I jinx anything, appears to be over, at least for now, in Baltimore. Happy though, we're getting a lot of guys back from injuries and from COVID, of course. Campbell, Williams, they're healthy now, off the COVID list. Pernell McPhee, I think, came off, if I recall correctly. Some other guys as well. The guys that are still on, Mark Andrews, Willie Snead. But again, we're getting guys off the COVID list, so that's always good. We should have even some more guys back by Tuesday. Lamar Jackson, let's see. Is he still on the list? I'm just trying to do my memory here. I am not 100% sure. I don't think he might come off tomorrow. Because I'm pretty sure he tested positive on Friday, didn't he? Black Friday. 10-day quarantine, 9 days. So he may be off tomorrow or Tuesday. We'll see. Jackson might actually come off on Tuesday, if I recall correctly. If he comes off Tuesday, although he won't have any practice, I bet Lamar Jackson will play because we need him. Ravens are getting several guys healthy. We know we're desperate. We need a win. We're starting to spiral out of control a bit. We need to get it together. I think this is a perfect opportunity. Dez Bryant ready to go up against his old team. I usually don't go with the Ravens, guys, but I definitely think the Ravens will pull this one out. Cowboys cannot stay healthy. They're not good this year. Injuries have decimated them. They need to go in rebuild mode. Their season's done, obviously. I'm going to go with the Ravens here, guys, with several people coming back. Not everyone. We'll still have people out, but we will certainly be better than what we were against the Steelers last week. And against Cleveland, assuming that we have no big injuries on Tuesday, we should be back to full strength as well, besides our season-ending injuries. So, guys, I'm going to go with the Ravens here. Let's go Baltimore. 27-14. I think it will be close in the first half, and the Ravens will run away with it in the second half. And guys, that's going to do it for my game picks for Week 13 of the 2020 NFL season. Hope you all enjoyed it. If you did, be sure to drop a like on the video and subscribe on the channel if you are new. I am out. Peace out. Have a great day. Thank you so much for watching. Go Ravens, and I will see you guys as soon as I can to follow up the Ravens game. We'll see if it's Tuesday night, Wednesday, depending on how things go. But I'll see you guys sometime next week. Enjoy the games tomorrow.